Tom. He's a mountain boarder. Let's say he had a long mountain boarding career in where he was preparing himself to get good enough to come horseboarding. And in that career, he went all over the world competing. So here he goes down this opening straight with this little 14.2 pony at 23 miles an hour. And making a really nice show of it. Now these are the intermediate course, so these guys are going to do a shorter rotation, a shorter race. They don't do basically the weave or the chicane. It's the figure of 8 with the 90. So this is where new teams sort of start. This team very much looking for advance promotion into the 2026 season with their new horse as they make this split time of 40 seconds on the split, and making their way now over towards the Free Speech Union corner. And this is their turn for home, ladies and gentlemen. 20 miles an hour as they throttle up around that corner. Everything thrown as they go now. A great bit of work for the finish line. A round of applause for the team of Need for Speed. And yeah, great. 62.43 is the time. They have the lead and the bonus point in that class. There's a bonus point. There's 10 points for first place, 9 points for second, and so on. They have 3 rotations, only their fastest time that counts. 1 second if they knock a ball from a cone or a pole. 4 seconds if they miss a gate. Teams race in the different categories. Each category gets progressively more technical and more difficult. And they are either promoted up through scores, as in from novice to intermediate, or through selection from intermediate to advanced, and from advanced to elite. But here we go. This is the team of Pandemonium now. Down this opening straight. This is their second competition for this horse, and has done so well so far. 22 miles an hour. Their first run this morning, they came round real steady, just really letting the horse have a look at it. It hasn't raced since the last time it raced here in the summer as a part of the Sandringham Carriage Driving Festival. And now for the red back boots, they go now into, so they don't go into the chicane. You see they're just coming around the figure of 8. Horse leaning a little bit on the outside there, but horse rider managing to bring around. Board rider staying out wide, horse staying out wide, staying off. They stayed on the same line off the main track where the other teams have been running, and where there's a bit more solid ground. Looking for the speed trap, 22 miles an hour again. A lot of dust coming off there as he tries to push the back of that board around. He's getting a little bit over the front. He doesn't want to do that too much, but he's going for a lot of power coming down there. Oh no, and release. Okay, finished. Meters from the finish line. A round of applause for Pandemonium. It was 59.71, but unfortunately it doesn't count because they didn't make it. Just those final 5-6 meters it was for the finish line. Okay, a great run from then, and you can see the amount of power that's been pulled down the handle. Solid, definitely a solid amount of energy that horse can really. It'd be like trying to hold onto a brick wall. It's gonna give you all that solid power down there and be really trying to pull it out. You could see as he came around the top end of the arena, he was being pulled over the front of the board. Maybe he was getting a little bit more drag with the sand being that little bit more wet. You got to get a bit more aggressive and push that board forward, keep it in front of you. Now we have the team of Ice Ice Baby. They are another intermediate team winning the championship so far. It is Izzy Howard on the horse. The horse is Tara, and on the board is George Evans, who I must say, a bit disappointed since he got his long socks and his long knee shin pads, because you can't see how translucent his legs are without. Trust me. It's like one of those invisible fishes with a light on its head, you know. He's a bit like the Invisible Man in that respect. And split time 47 seconds. Sorry, I just got to start ragging on him. As they make their way towards the speed trap. And George is actually the most athletic computer programmer in the world, ladies and gentlemen. No other computer programmer comes outside as often as George does. So for the finish line, a great round of applause for the team of Ice Ice Baby. With a time of 72 dead. That brings them 10 seconds behind the team of Need for Speed. Pandemonium's time would have been up there, but they've just got that little bit of work to do on that team. Now we have the team of Earned It. The horse is Ernie, has a background in dressage, and actually has come to horseboarding and started to learn how to run and how to stretch, and really quite enjoying it. They are away through the start gate. They go down the opening straight and all the way into the speed trap at 22 miles an hour. And looking around, it's Jolly Tom again on the board. I mean, I would say that this horse, in comparison to the other pony that they're really racing against, this horse has got like so much more body mass about him. He's got so much more strength, but he just doesn't necessarily know or want or feel how to really move fast. And that's something he's definitely been learning this season, and really enjoying himself. Tom going light over the rough stuff, but making it through there. That was good work. That was a really interesting move there. Tom saw the rough stuff coming and went light on the board. 22 miles an hour. It's digging into that onto that heel side turn now. We're looking for the finish line. 54.5 is on the clock. 62 is a time to beat. Through the finish line with a time of 59.81, and Earned It go into first place for the rotation of the intermediates, and they also take the bonus point from that, so they're on 11 points so far. Of course, these points are added up over the weekend. It is the team of Need for Speed at 24 miles an hour. And these guys come all the way from Nottingham, as have some of the other teams. Of course, we travel all over the country to do this. And if you're interested to get involved, or contact us on Facebook. We're also horseboarding at uk.org. And if you are interested to follow our stuff as well, horse on the YouTube. Nice work there from the board rider. The horse gave him enough room for him to stay out, and he was able to get up close, equal with it. Some of the other board riders are kind of behind the horse as they're making that turn at high speed, and it's dragging them through the heavy stuff. So here we go now into Bruco Marketing Corner, and for the finish line for this little pony, and through the line at 58.40. On the intermediate course, Need for Speed improved their time by almost 4 seconds exactly. So they went from 62.43 to 58.40. That means that they are in the lead to Earned It by 1.41 seconds, and which is interesting. So Pandemonium making their way in. Got into a little bit. This horse clearly masses of power, and you can tell often the way to tell the body mass is a big factor in it, and as you can see, this horse stretches. All that power is going down that handle, and the board rider is trying to manage that power, convert it through his body into the board. And that is where the skill lies, as these horses will really but it's a lot of shoulder strains in this game. So making their way across now to red back boots. A little bit squirrely there from the board rider, but you can see how he's sitting behind the board. The board's kind of just that little bit in front of him. The problem he got into on the final turn of his last race was the board was no longer in front of him. He got pulled over the front. He stayed out. Yep, he's done that really nicely, and that was a good thing. So this is where he started, and they don't seem. I don't think they're going quite as fast. 21 miles an hour. Again, he's still sitting behind the board there. You can see, and that's where he needs to be. And he needs to maintain that all the way for the finish line. He's done it. A round of applause for Pandemonium with a time of 60.30. And that brings them, by my maths, into third place. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Pandemonium. They're in third place by 0.49 of a second. 0.49 of a second to Earned It in second, to who are 1.41 seconds behind Need for Speed in first. Ice Ice Baby now making their way in. They're currently... I mean, they've already got the championship because of all they started at the beginning of the season in the intermediate. They've stayed in the intermediate, and they've just been racking up points the whole time. They are currently got 72 seconds on the clock, so they're quite a way behind this group of soon-to-be advanced teams. There is George Evans on the board, Free Speech Union and the Speed Trap, 19, 20 miles an hour. This is a bit more like it, what we want to see from this team. So let's see if... Oh, and down. And there was a release. Yep. Okay, so... a round of applause for Ice Ice Baby, pushing that limit, finding that edge. And George now having a long walk back from the far end of the arena. Hopefully he'll make it back for Christmas to the pits. If not, we'll open his presents for him. Pandemonium's run's really interesting to me. They did some fantastic races here in the summer, and I'm interested to see what that horse is going to push that board rider. And that's going to be very interesting. Now here we have the team of Earned It. It is Jolly Tom on the board, and the horse is being let go down this opening straight, and really nicely running 24 miles an hour as the board rider sits into that. These are very good speeds. These are advanced speeds, if I'm honest, but that's what they're working up to. You can really see this. This currently they're in. They're in second place. There's not a lot between them for Need for Speed. Can they find the 1.4 seconds that they need to take that first place? You can see board rider, a lot of conversation, a lot of communication, the throttle really lifting up there across the centre of the arena, 22 miles an hour and looking for the finish line. You can see the power of this pony and the legs really starting to shift now. Board rider feeling very confident for the finish line with a time of 59.03. Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, this is getting very tight. So, Need for Speed's time is 58.40. 59.03 keeps Earned It in second place by 0.63 of a second. That's all that separates the intermediate first and second place. Third place is only 1.27 seconds behind them. So if you're good with maths, the difference between first and third, and I'm not, but there we go, is just shy. No, it's a second, ladies and gentlemen. The difference between first and third in the intermediate is a second. Okay, that's some pretty good racing.